Matt Burrow with USATF TV here at the Gate River 15K US Championships. Here with Enoch Nadler, the 8th place finisher today. Congratulations on 8th place.
Thanks a lot. Yeah, it felt good to get in the top 10.
You've not really known on the circuit because you were a collegiate athlete in the mid 2000s and took a couple years off from running after that, and have kind of been on and off running. Always poking your head in the top 30 at championships. So very respectable by all means. But kind of tell us what it feels like to hit your first top 10.
Well, I mean, it really feels great, especially here in Jacksonville. I grew up right down the road in Clay County, went to Keystone Heights, ran for the University of Florida, and ran this race in high school. I think the first time I ran, I remember walking up the Green Monster, shedding some tears. So to be, coming back here in my home state, representing North Florida, and to get my first top 10 finish, that was the goal today, was to come out here and represent and get it done. It was really hard, but yeah, it felt great.
A little bit of a redemption story about 15 years in the making. So a lot of people say that having race experience on a course might help you, but do you really have any experience you could pull from 15 years ago to other than maybe I won't walk this time?
Yeah, I was pretty confident I'd run faster.
Course PR.
Yeah, course PR was kind of in the bag, but I did remember the stretch, kind of the long stretch coming up to the Green Monster. A few kind of flashbacks came back of being on there. I think I had a really bad side cramper, so I went out with the elites, obviously. It's like a 14, 15-year-old. Started cramping up, was crying, and I was like, oh, there's the bridge. But this time I was like, I'm going to get it and not let anyone pass me, so it was good. It's good.
Awesome. A little bit of unconventional story. With not many people take time off. They try to get right into the professional circuit, and during some of your little breaks, you said you went overseas, were a professional poker player. Kind of talk us through. Is that a tougher life than a professional runner, or how do you survive with that?
Yeah, so I would say it's a lot easier to make money playing poker than it is running. And I've never run professionally. Like, it's always been just a passion and kind of a hobby. And I've never trained with a group professionally or anything like that. I have a group that I coach, and they kind of motivate me. But I do all my workouts by myself. I do time trials pretty much, for all my workouts. And poker was a little more lonely. You're in front of the screen, traveling, things like that. But easier to make a living for sure. But I'm happy to be running, coaching full time, and doing this. Is really my first love, that started back here, in my high school days, and to be back, in the top 10 at the Gate River Run is pretty amazing.
Awesome. And you're sharing some of that passion for the sport with others. You've started a track club. Kind of talk us a little bit about the track club and what you're about. Group of about 40 out here, you said today. So
yeah, so I have about 40 runners. We had a few ladies in the elite field actually, and we have got about 120 people over in Gainesville that train with us. We have track practices on Tuesday and Thursday morning, so it's kind of like that elite environment where we have like organized runs, organized workouts, really like structured training, but for the everyday man, and that's pretty cool. And we really have people training to make the Olympic trials all the way up to like walk, run, all ages, all abilities. So it's pretty cool to have. And my wife Angela, we do it full time. This is what we do. We coach, run, and to be 33, almost 34, about to run my first Olympic trials with that team atmosphere, that's what keeps me going.
Awesome. Well, you talk about the qualifying for the Olympic trials in Atlanta, and kind of talk us through from now till then what your plans are, what your build-up is.
Yeah, so after taking that break and traveling, and when I was playing poker and stuff, I came back, and within a year, I ran my first marathon at CIM 2017 on like a year build-up, squeaked under the qualifier, got that done, and really the last year's been about training, kind of getting my body to actually race, be ready to race a marathon. But I've got Boston in 5 weeks, so the goal there is kind of, like I did today, sort of take it to the next level, show that I have what it takes to kind of stick my nose in there and compete with the top guys. So I'll be running Boston, hoping to bounce back and squeeze one more in at Grandma's, and then from there it'll be full focus, on Atlanta.
Awesome. Well, congratulations on your first top 10, and in your home area. That's awesome. So, best wishes with the upcoming season, and we look forward to seeing you at the next couple races.